Hi, I'm TS. Today I rode the Gixxer 250 and test ride impression of the Gixxer 250cc in this video. And first of all, price. Before riding the Gixxer 250, I had already experienced the Gixxer 150 and priced at 385,000 Japanese yen. The Gixxer 150 offer highway capability in Japan and is even more affordable than some larger pink plate scooters. This is especially in Japanese law. The upper tier Gixxer 250 starts at 481,000 yen. So while Suzuki might find some way to discount it, the price difference is about 500 or 600 US dollars. The primary question is whether the Gixxer 250 offers an experience that justifies this gap, or if the Gixxer 150 is good enough as a commuter bike. And engine performance. Fuel delivery, fuel injection ensures easy starting. Both Gixxer 150 and 250 started well, whether in the winter 150 in Tokyo or under extremely summer heat 250cc. And idling and sound. Idles smoothly at around 1600 RPM and is very quiet when idling. The character changes dramatically at higher RPM, knocking and gear ratio. At below 1600 RPM, knocking occurs in any gears, and the engine might stall. However, at 2000 RPM, smooth acceleration resume, making the bike friendly for beginners and returning riders. Even in fifth gear during traffic around 2000 RPM at 20 km/h, it stays stable, and at over 3000 RPM, it accelerates smoothly without shifting, similar to the Gixxer 150. And vibration. Assist at low between 2000 to 4000 RPM, medium between 4000 6000 RPM, and high above 6000 RPM. Especially more than 6000 RPM, the vibration is very high. Engine specs. Model type, oil-cooled 4-stroke single-cylinder SOHC 4-valve. Displacement is 249cc, and the bore-stroke ratio is 76 and 54.9mm, and max power is 26 horsepower at 9300 RPM, and max torque is 22 Nm at 7300 RPM. And my impression about the engine, it's a short-stroke engine with relative high RPM for both peak power and torque for a single-cylinder engine. Notable, and when revving to 7300 RPM, which is max torque, vibration is always high due to the chassis response. On the road and cornering, handling, the center of gravity feels smooth, somewhat high, and mass centralization and reduced unsprung weight differentiate it from scooters. Cornering feels unique due to high center of gravity. The Gixxer 250 tends to stand up easily and is slightly harder to lean over. The tank shape enables a firm knee grip, allowing the rider to control the chassis using even subtle weight shift, which is a definite highlight and a highly recommendable feature. Acceleration 0 to 60 km per hour. Acceleration feels weak at low RPM, but pulling higher up reveals more vibration through the foot peg, handlebar, and the cowl, which discourages riding at high RPM for extended periods. Highway riding comparison with 150, its difference between the 150 and 250 becomes clear on highway. In 6th gears at 6,600 to 6,800 RPM, you can cruise at 100 km per hour and reach to 120 km per hour at around 8,000 RPM. Cruising at 100 km per hour is comfortable, unlike the Gixxer 150, which is happier at 70 or 80 km per hour. Vibration. Even at 100 km per hour, foot peg vibrations are noticeable. Sustained 120 km per hour cruising is not ideal due to strong vibration. Tires, front, rear tires. Front is 110, 70, 17 inches, and the rear tire is 150, 60, 70 inches. Both tire sizes are 17 inches. The both up one size compared to the Gixxer 150, and stability. Stronger grip and stability, especially noticeable during highway rides. The Gixxer 250 is more affected by crosswind compared to more premium bikes like Freestrom 250 SX, yet feel more stable than the scooter, particularly due to its increased spoke count, 10 spokes. Fuel economy reported 31 km per liter. Reference: the Gixxer 150 delivers over 50 km per liter. Appearance difference between the Gixxer 150 and Gixxer 250 are minimal and hard to discern at a glance. There is a little reason to focus on trend and ride the bike you like. Chassis and suspension impression. If one is softest, 10 is hardest. So rear suspension is about 6 to 7, close to ideal 5, and the front feels more like a 3. So being softer and more prone to bouncing over road imperfections. Instrumentation and control. Display monochrome meter is functional and easily readable even if bright sunlight, with all necessary information: clock, trip, RPM, speed, gear, fuel. No hazard light, which is unexpected for 250cc in Japan. Mirrors. Handlebar lower than the average naked, but not as low as SS models like GSX. Encourages a mild forward lean. And others, the wide handlebar typical of naked model. Caster angle is a bit steep, but might be compensated by handlebar width for stability. Riding, no experience riding at night, so unable to comment on LED headlight performance. Overall, if pure commuting is the goal, the Gixxer 150 suffices with highway use reserved as a bonus. For a little more budget, the Freestrom 250 SX becomes an option. The Gixxer 250 sits nicely in the middle, offering notable ease of handling and more highway headroom than the Gixxer 150. However, for dedicating touring, freestrom delivers more comfort and less vibration on long rides. The Gixxer 250 is suited for those who wanted both urban and highway riding capability, making it an ideal choice for new riders or those returning to motorcycling who are still defining their riding style.